Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for the past, this is the third week, I've been trying to find jumbo shells for stuffed shells because Mariah's been wanting them. And the store has been out totally, like no jumbo shells. So I was looking for a way to substitute because stuffed shell sounds really good. So I was looking through the noodles and there wasn't no manicotti noodles either. So I found these rigatoni noodles. So they're not that big, but I believe they could be stuffed. So this is about to be experimental. So I grabbed 2 boxes of these. What I did is picked out the noodles that weren't cracked because there's some that are like cracked in here and busted. And I'll use those for something else. So I took those noodles and I boiled them. And they expand a little bit. And I didn't cook them all the way through because you don't want them to be like falling apart. You want to be able to stuff them. So I cooked those. And then I made my stuffed mixture. I used a bowl of ricotta cheese. And this is 15 ounces. I put the whole thing in here. I used some Parmesan cheese. About half a bag. So this is a 6-ounce bag. So I used about 3 ounces of Parmesan cheese. And then I used mozzarella cheese. Can't go wrong with mozzarella cheese. I did not use this bag. This was left over. I added a whole 6-ounce bag of cheese and a little bit from this bag. So I'd say probably 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese. I added 3 eggs to my mixture because I wanted it to be able to be stuffed in this small shell here. So what I did is I put this inside a Ziploc bag so that I could squeeze this out into the shells. So that's my mixture ready. This is ready for me to stuff these shells, but I'm waiting to cook my sauce, my meat sauce, before I start stuffing these because I'll add them right to the tray once the meat's ready. So in my skillet here, I'm frying up some hamburger meat. I added ground pepper and any kind of Italian seasoning, leaf oregano, parsley, any kind of seasoning you want to put in there. I don't use a lot of salt, so I didn't put any salt in there. And I was hoping I had parsley, but I don't, so we're just going to go with those 2 seasonings. So while our meat is cooking, I'm going to show you guys how to stuff these. So in that little Ziploc bag, or freezer bag, whatever you want to call it, you're going to cut a hole in one of the corners, big enough for the stuff to come through. If you make it too small, it's not going to come through. Like there's thicker parts of this cheese that won't come through. So I'm just taking the noodle and squeezing the stuffing in there. And this is the easiest way to stuff them. This is how you can do your stuffed shells too. So I'm just pouring in from the top and then the bottom too if it don't make it all the way down there. And then I'm just putting these on a plate for now because these are going to go in the dish once my meat sauce is ready. I'm just going to stuff all these. I'm just squeezing it through the top. Squeeze it through the bottom. Super easy. It's going to be time consuming to do the shells. But it's going to be so worth it when it's done. So yeah, just stuff all your noodles. And again, these noodles aren't all the way cooked through. They're soft, but not all the way soft, because you don't want them to be falling apart while you're trying to stuff them. So there we are. I fill it about halfway and then I flip it to the other side, just so it's easier for me to get it in there. Because this bag's not the greatest. This is just what I used laying around the house. So there you are. Yeah, you're going to stuff all your shells there. So now our meat is fried. We add 1 jar of pasta sauce, any flavor. I used meat. 1 can of tomato sauce, make it saucy. 1 can of diced tomatoes. You can do it drained, undrained, up to you. Mix that all together, cook it. And there it is all mixed together. You don't really need to warm it up because you're putting it in the oven anyway. And then you'll pour 1 layer of your meat sauce and add your stuffed noodles in the pan. And then pour some more meat sauce over the noodles, and then you're going to layer your second layer. Okay, so I layered this about 3 layers. I'm going to put this in the oven at 350. So we had this in here for about 25 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. Add some cheese to the top. Put it back in the oven.